Who called me? Okay. You know, there is a downside to being reachable at all times. I think from now on, when I'm on my bike, I'm gonna deem myself unreachable. Right. So, where was I? So, here we are, central London, night time, and this time... Oh man, what am I doing? Let's just get out of this mess. Here we go. Right. And this time, we've got multiple camera angles. This time I've got the peg cam, or foot peg cam, and helmet cam, and hopefully switch between them. So, peg cam, helmet cam, peg cam, helmet cam, peg cam, helmet cam, peg cam, helmet cam, that kind of thing. And hopefully another angle to be coming soon. Not quite sure how it's going to work out, so this is all just experimental. Oh, and a tad windy as well. From my last video, I think the last public video I did was an installation of these heli bars, or Healy bars, I think the correct pronunciation is, and they are fantastic. I must say, I love them. They make the bike so much more comfortable, especially on long rides. And one of the things I've been battling with is trying to make riding comfortable, and that seems to be quite a challenge. Quite a challenge to find perfect comfort when you're on a bike. And it's funny, that was the reason for getting my Hornet, which has now been sold. But I wanted to relieve the discomfort I was getting on my upper back. And I found that instead, whilst it did relieve the comfort on my upper back, it created a whole host of, well, it didn't really create a whole load of lower back problems, but my lower back started to suffer as a result, so had to go. But then it was actually quite a while after that until I discovered the true cause of that, which is basically a combination of things, really. And then I went to the Honda NC750 after that, thinking, yeah, I'll go for a really comfortable bike. It's adventure style. It's got like long suspension travel and all that stuff. It'll be really good over the bumps and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that wasn't any better, really. And I remember watching a video of one guy where he even put an Öhlins shock on the back because he was having the same problems. What are you doing? Come on, man. Yeah, so that didn't quite work out, so I sold that as well, and I came to the conclusion that sorry, I have to think of my own safety there. I couldn't stop and wait for you. So I came to the conclusion that that a sports bike is, because I've never had lower back problems on a sports bike. No, I'm not going to make that, am I? And the only problem on a sports bike is that you just get wrist pain and upper back pain and all that sort of thing, and it's just not nice, especially, you know, for the commute, which was like, for me, 40 minutes, you know, you wouldn't see much upper back pain. It was when you do long journeys, that's when your upper back would be like, oh, please just stop and rest. That's kind of what it was like. And then so then I thought, okay, well, let's try and rise my position a bit and get some raised clip-ons, and I read a lot of good things about these Healy bars, and so far they've been great. They don't raise the position by too much. In fact, they don't raise it at all at the barely at the point where the bar goes, you know, where all the controls are and things like that. Instead, it just changes the angle so that your wrists are higher, which is so it just means that you don't have to mess around with having to extend your brake lines and all that sort of stuff. And I kind of like that idea. It's kind of cool. I would like some more adjustability. It'd be kind of cool if I could adjust the height. But at the moment, all I can do is adjust the angle, which is fine. But yeah, awesome set of handlebars. Now I've ridden with them a few times. It does change the handling of the bike a bit. Another thing I've done, which has made this bike so much more comfortable, and I was a bit reluctant to sort of do it and mess around with my suspension, but I thought, sod it. I've got fully adjustable suspension, let's just make use of it and let's give it a try. So, I don't believe there's any harm in having a play with the full range of the suspension settings that are available to you, so what I ended up doing, I left the preload as it was, or set to manufacturer specs, which was, like, I think it was set to like a 65 kilogram rider, which is way lighter than me. So I left the preload at that, which you can do, because I remember reading that you can just leave the preload like that. And I instead just changed the rebound and the compression damping all the way to their softest setting, and that has had made it much more comfortable. The bumps are all a lot softer, and on all these crap roads that you encounter, it's just it really does, you notice the difference. You really do. Yeah, you do notice the difference with the compression and rebound set to the softest. I did it on the rear, and on the rear you've got high speed and low speed, I think, compression damping. But I did them both all the way to the softest setting. Now it's a lot better. The only thing about it, the downside, is when you brake, the bike does dive a lot more, and so but it's not crazy. So if you can deal with that, then that's cool. So it's one of the things I just get used to. Let's see if I can go around this guy. It's alright, go on. I was thinking the other day, I missed my Hornet because it was just a bloody brilliant bike, and maybe knowing what I know now about, how much of a dramatic effect that having adjustable suspension really does help, even though on this bike I've just left it as a stock suspension. I've not got anything special in there, just the shower stuff that they put on here. It expanded my knowledge and made me think, well, maybe if I had an adjustable shock on the Hornet, maybe it would have been okay. There is a hint of regret. Go on, go for it, mate. Just a hint. So then I went to the bike show and started looking at bikes, upright bikes that all had adjustable suspension, like the Triumph Street Triple, and I think there was the Yamaha MT-09. You know, all these bikes get such good write-ups, but then no, I'm going to stick with what I got. You know, they should switch those two traffic lights around. Having the right traffic light tell you, yeah, you can go straight. I think it's a bit counterintuitive. It should be the other one. To come here. Man, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of this mess. It's a very messy, sticky situation. So much traffic. I need to get out of it. These car drivers that have a little bit of compassion on me, can give me just a little bit of room to maneuver. I'm going to see if I can go on the outside. Yes, escape. Will this police car mind me passing him? No, probably not. There we go. So he's left me some room.